Hi guys, welcome back. This is Tabby the Herbal Witch, and I'm back with another video for Vlogtober. Okay, so this video is going to be a little different. Since we are in spooky season, I thought I would come at you with a little story time about when I was growing up and my sister and I witnessed or had a ghost encounter. I know a lot of people don't believe in ghosts. However, I do believe that they exist. I do believe that if they want, they can interact, or sometimes they just don't interact and they're just going about their business, ignoring us. And so you can decide what type of interaction this was that we had, this experience that we had. Okay, so to begin, this happened probably around the 1990s. Not probably, it was the 1990s. And my sister and I were probably not school age yet, but close to it. And we were living in this old house in an old part of town. This part of town, or this area, used to be populated by Native Americans. However, because of their interaction with the government, they were forced to move. And so during this time, Native Americans still lived near the area, but the area that we had lived in, they had already been moved off of that area. So here we are living in this house that used to belong to Native people. And so I remember my little brother, he was just a baby. My sister, she's a few months younger than I am. She's like 18 months younger than I am. And then I was the oldest at the time living in this house. And mind you, like I said, this is before we ever started school. And my mom lived there and my stepdad lived there. And this was a normal little house. It had wood floors. There was like a crawl space underneath that the dog would go under to, get a break from the heat. And so we had a tire swing in the back. We had a huge backyard. It was, a nice piece of property and a nice like country home. And I remember that one night, my sister and I, we were getting ready for bed. My mom, she would check in on us to make sure that we weren't playing, because my sister and I, we would stay up talking really late in the night. We shared a bedroom. Her bed was on one side of the room. My bed was on the other side of the room. And if we wanted to, we could stack them and make them bunk beds, right? But we separated them so that she could have her side of the room and I could have my side of the room. Between our beds on the wall was a window, and we had a short dresser drawer that was also pushed up against that area to give us a little more space in the room. And I remember at night, some nights that the moon would shine through our room and like light up the room. So she and I could see each other clearly when the lights were out. So she's laying in bed, I'm laying in my bed, and we lay there for a while after our mom leaves. And then, we kind of start talking to each other. And she says, "Are you asleep yet?" And I say, "No, I'm still awake." And then I turn to look at her so that I could face her, because at the time I would face the wall to go to sleep. So I turned to look at her, and her eyes are fixed on this one spot. So I'm looking at her. She's not looking at me. Her eyes are fixed to this area. And so I then follow her gaze and I look to see what it is she's looking at. And she's looking down at the floor. And on the floor is this hole, this dark hole that starts opening up. And I'm getting chills just thinking about it because I can remember it like yesterday. This hole starts opening up. And I look at her and she looks at me and we look back down at the floor. And this hole is just getting bigger. And then we see the hands come out and we see this man push himself out of this hole. And he pushes himself out of this hole and crawls out, and he stands up straight and he looks around and then he walks straight through our dresser and out the window, out through the wall. He just keeps walking. And we both watched this man walk across the floor and out of the wall to outside. And at that time I was like frozen in my spot. Like I was barely taking a breath because I just couldn't believe that we just saw this man come out of the floor. So we both like scream, calling our mom. My mom walks into our room across this hole in the floor as if it isn't even there. She like walks over it, and we're like shocked that she walked over this hole, turns on the lamp that's on the dresser that this man had just walked through, and said, "What is wrong with you guys? Y'all need to go to bed." And we were like, "But a man just came through our floor." And she says, "Go to bed." Turns off the light. We look at the floor. Okay, sorry, y'all. I just had a phone call come through, and at the same time, I felt like, I don't know, something. Anyway, back to what I was saying. My mom turns off the light, walks back over the hole as if it isn't even there, and leaves our room. My sister immediately jumps into the bed with me, and we stay with our heads under the blanket the entire night. Like I remember like not even going to sleep. I remember watching the sun come up because we were so afraid. And that was only one instance of us experiencing like ghostly encounters in places that we lived. We've experienced so much stuff. Like I kid you not, I just feel as if the fact that she and I experienced things, my mom has experienced things, my brother has experienced things. I just feel like for whatever reason, like we are super sensitive to that kind of stuff. And in a way, it creeps me out, but in a way, I'm just like, well, they allow me to see them, but they don't really interact. And maybe that's a blessing in disguise. I don't know if I could handle like an interaction, but I definitely have seen them, and there's always someone else there to confirm that they see or hear what I see or hear. So it's never just like in my head. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys, if you've liked this little story time, if you enjoyed this, please give me a like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and comment down below any experiences that you've had with the ghosts or the supernatural, if you would like to share that. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is day 3. I cannot speak today. Wow. This is day 3 of Vlogtober, and I just wanted to come with you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is, why can't I speak today?